You've got a live audition. Here's what you can expect. If you're a new actor getting into the film and television industry, you've got a lot of questions, doubts, and fears. The biggest question is, what should I expect at a live audition? Hi, I'm Nancy Nave. I've been a working actor in film and television for over 15 years, and I'm a career coach for actors. Getting your first audition is exciting and maybe even a little scary. You've got a lot of preparation to do. Script analysis,
character development, knowing your objective, the moment before, the moment after. What's your relationship to the others in the scene? How do you feel about each other? The history between characters. What's the scene about? What time of day is it? What kind of history is it?
the list is long. If you've never been to a live audition or it's been a while, I'm going to take you through the basic live audition. Today, most first round auditions are self-taped at home, but you've got to be ready for the in-person audition or callback. This applies for both commercial and theatrical auditions. You've already signed up for the casting websites, Actors Access, Casting Networks, Backstage.com. You or your agent submitted you for the audition. Casting has looked at your marketing package and has decided that you fit the role. And they've sent you an email inviting you to the live audition. The email should give you all the information you need for the audition. The exact address, the parking situation, exact date and time for your audition slot, the audition theatrical sides. Audition sides are the scenes from the script that you'll perform. Or the commercial copy. Commercial copy are the words you'll say for the audition. Breakdown and description of your role, callback dates, wardrobe dates, shoot dates. If you have conflict with any of these dates, make sure to let the casting director know as soon as possible. This doesn't automatically disqualify you from the audition. So here's number one. Expect to search for parking. It's rare for a casting office to have its own parking lot for actors. You're going to usually have to find street parking, which might need a Visa credit card for parking meters. In LA, I found that most or all of the parking meters only take Visa, so be prepared. Number two, depending on where you've parked, it could be a few blocks to walk to the casting office. Plan extra time to walk to the office. Have an umbrella in your car, just in case. I always take comfortable slip-on shoes to walk from my car to the office in the event that my wardrobe requires me to wear high heels. I bring a plastic bag in my audition bag so that I can swap out shoes before I enter the casting office. Number three, when you enter the casting office, you're usually walking directly into a waiting room full of other actors. Depending on the casting office, it might be used for multiple casting directors and projects. There might be many audition rooms in this one office. Look for the sign-in sheet for your specific audition. There's usually a sign either on the wall or table to identify that you're signing in for the right project. Sometimes this table might even have a casting assistant nearby. Be kind, ask questions if you need to, but keep it short. Number four, here's the information you might need for the sign-in sheet. Always have it handy on your phone. Your agent or manager's name, your agency or management name, and your agency or management email or phone number. Depending on if you're auditioning for a non-union or SAG project, the sign-in forms will look different. But it's basically a sheet to help them know who came into the audition and who's next in line. Number five, the sign-in table will usually have either a storyboard for your commercial that you should have already received in the email with your audition details, or it'll have copies of the theatrical sides or commercial copy. Changes and errors happen, so double check that you have the correct material in your hand. Number six, take a seat and get yourself prepared. Number seven, actors in the room are usually friendly and helpful. If you're unsure of something, ask, but again, keep it short. These actors are preparing for their audition as well. Number eight, the casting assistant will call you when it's your turn. Bring all of your stuff with you. Many times I see actors leave their belongings in the waiting room. I love actors, but don't test the room. Plus, your stuff might be occupying the last seat in the room. Don't be surprised if when you come back, your stuff is on the floor. Number nine, enter the audition room and close the door quietly behind you. Say hello to whoever's in the room. It's usually just the person who's running the session and maybe an assistant. In this case, one person runs camera and the other person would read lines with the actor. Put your stuff down in the room closest to the door or wherever they direct you to. 10, find your mark. In this case, you're looking for a T mark of tape on the floor. It's usually pretty obvious and they'll direct you where to stand. Hint, it's opposite where the camera is. Stand with your feet on each side of the tape. This tape marks where the camera is set to shoot. 11, you'll be told whether to slate and what information they need. You might slate your name and height, might show the front and backs of your hands or possibly your profiles. It'll look something like this. Hi, I'm Nancy Nave. I'm 5'7" tall. Then they might end with a full body scan with the camera. Stay in slate mode until you hear cut or they stop rolling the camera. Well, from here, you'll get direction on exactly what they need from you. Listen carefully and ask questions before you start. You'll usually only get 1 or 2 takes and then it's over. Don't waste your first take if you have questions. The audition will be over before you know it. It's fast. 13. If you do get a second or even third take, try to make each one a little different. It's always nice to give them a few choices of your take on the role. Usually when you get 1 or more takes, they'll give you some direction. Listen well, adapt, and make the changes. 14. Thank you. That's it. Say thank you, grab your stuff, and leave. 15. You can sign out on the sheet when you leave, but if you forget, most actors do. So when will you hear the outcome of the audition? Maybe never. It might be the same day or a few days later, or maybe within a few weeks if you have a callback, or if they're putting you on a veil or on hold since you're one of the few they're considering, or you booked it. But if none of the above are happening, 100% of the time you will not hear back. Casting doesn't have time to email each actor to tell them you didn't book it. In this business, no news is news. Sorry. Okay, so that's what you can expect from your live audition. If you want to hear about some of the other stuff that I do to prepare myself for the audition, keep watching. I hope you understand that with each audition, whether it's live or taped, it's a huge opportunity. There are positive outcomes beyond booking that each audition brings. The first one, of course, is book the job. The second, get on the radar of the casting director to be invited back for future auditions. Then get on the radar of producers for future projects. Learn from every experience. Get more practice being bold and making unique choices in the audition. Become familiar with the audition process and make new friends and network with actors and casting. So what do I take to my audition? Here's what's in my audition bag. For me, these are absolute musts. My theatrical sides or my commercial copy with my lines highlighted, hard copies of my headshot with my resume attached to the back. Now, I haven't been asked for one in a few years, but I don't want to be the one that comes in and says,
I don't have it. I don't have it. I didn't bring it. I don't know what to do.
Most casting directors now use your online profile from casting websites, but some still like the hard copy. Other things in my bag are my makeup bag, my hairbrush, hairspray, bottled water, snacks, and breath mints. And just in case there's new changes or notes that I want to take, I always make sure I have my highlighter and pen. And each audition might require different things, so I'm always repacking my audition bag before I go. One of my biggest pet peeves in life is being late. I know this makes me anxious and causes me to really take my eye off the ball. So I overplan to make sure that that doesn't happen to me. Being late to an audition should never have to do with traffic. Expect accidents, delays, flat tires, detours, anything and everything. I never want to blow an opportunity because I didn't plan for the unexpected. I'd rather park my car early, relax, go over my lines a few times, and waltz into the casting office super chill. Versus arriving like a crazy lady spewing excuses of why I'm late. When you're running late, everything starts to go wrong. Don't expect a casting director to skip their lunch to squeeze you in because you were late. Before I exit my car, I make sure to close my map app so it stops talking, and I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. The last thing I want is my phone ringing or vibrating while I'm auditioning. Not only does it distract me, but it can distract the casting director and the other actors in the room. Being mentally prepared for your audition is everything. Self-talk is so important. So before I walk into the casting office, I remind myself that the casting director is on my side. They want me to be the actor who books it. They want me to be the one who makes them look amazing in front of the client and producers who hired them to find the right actor. They want me at ease, they want me to play, and they want me to go for it. They don't want scared and nervous. When I walk into that room, I'm saving the day. Got it? Here's some quick guidelines for your eyeline in the audition. For commercials, if you're talking straight to the TV audience, you'll look into the camera lens and deliver your lines or looks. If you're talking to other actors in the scene, you'll look just off to the side of the camera. In most cases, you'll look and talk to the reader in the room who's standing right next to the camera. Usually, casting will give you marks on the wall for your eyeline if there are multiple people you're talking to. For film or TV, unless you're speaking to the audience, breaking that fourth wall, as it's done in shows like The Office and Modern Family, you'll always be looking at and speaking to the reader who will be standing right next to the camera. Here's my advice if you mess up your lines during an audition. If this is for a commercial and you mess up your lines, back yourself up and just start again. Commercials are usually 15 to 30-second spots, and each word is precisely chosen. Sometimes they'll ask you to improvise, so have fun with it. If this is for film or TV and you mess up your lines, congratulations, you're a real actor. Roll with it. Improvise until you get yourself back on track with your lines. This takes a lot of practice to not have that deer in the headlights look when you mess up, but that's why you need to be in acting class. Acting class is for screwing up and learning to improvise. So much about theatrical and commercial acting is about the ability to improvise. If you mess up in an audition, it's the same as being on set. Don't stop, just naturally recover. If the casting director says, cut, let's start again, then start again. But I always see it as an opportunity to show off my acting maturity when I screw up in the audition. Sometimes that makes for the best audition because the director can see how easily you can save the take. If you're in a good acting class, you'll learn how to continue and find your way back onto the page even after you've messed up. The worst is when you've messed up and you stop, visually kick yourself, and ask for permission to start again.
Can I start over?
Or you can just back up, take a quick moment, and start again. This gets easier and easier when you're consistently studying in a good acting class. When the audition is over, I usually need to decompress and get rid of the excess energy in my system. Go for a walk, work out, listen to music, eat lunch, whatever helps you to shake it out, but find healthy ways to dispense the energy. Then, honestly, you just gotta let it go. This might be the hardest part for actors. You've done all you can. Now you need to just move on to the next audition. No amount of suffering or agonizing over this audition will help you book. And you're gonna drive your friends and your husband and your wife crazy if that's all you talk about. It's out of your hands for so many reasons. You may have been excellent and looked great, but they went in a different direction. That's part of our job. My favorite saying to help me move on from an audition is, next! There's so much more to say about the audition process, but for now, this is what you can expect from most of your live auditions. And if you want more information or behind the scenes look at the film and television industry, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Break a leg at your next audition.